Alberta, Canada. What is now the birthplace of maple syrup was once the home to some of the most fascinating creatures to ever walk on this planet. Creatures that could get as big as a building to as small as a crow. Dinosaurs. This is a herd of Edmontosaurus regalis. They're about 30 to 39 feet long and can weigh up to 10 tons. Their name means king-sized or regal Edmonton lizard. Right now, they're migrating across the snow to find ferns and shrubs to eat. Unlike their largest cousins, Edmontosaurus annectens regalis has flesh ornamentation which they use for display and identifying males and females. However, it's unknown if annectens didn't have this ornament or not. Living in a herd, they can have each other's backs when things get iffy. Their colors help them camouflage within the forests, like that of modern animals like deer and moose. Because of their herd behavior, they often seek each other for company and support. However, on the other side of the lake, there's a large flying creature doing a unique technique of catching fish. Meet Cryodraken boreas, the frozen dragon. They have a 33-foot wingspan and weigh 550 pounds. These Cryodraken are doing a unique type of hunting technique called forced leaving. Essentially, they pretend to leave so that the fish return so Cryodraken can swoop down again and catch them. Might seem like an odd behavior, but it's working swell for the Cryodraken. And now, the feast is over. Cryodraken boreas doesn't have many natural predators as it's the largest pterosaur in the formation. Even if an atrociraptor or something else tries attacking it, it can just fly away as it please. However, for herbivores like Edmontosaurus regalis, they can't so easily escape. And that makes them prey for much more dangerous predators. While the Edmontosaurus regalis don't notice yet, there's a pack watching them from afar. Albertosaurus sarcophagus, the flesh-eating Alberta lizard. They're about 30 feet long and weigh 3 tons. They were a part of a tyrannosaur subfamily called Albertosaurini, which was separate from Tyrannosauridae, where Tyrannosaurus rex came from. These Albertosauruses are showing affection through rough housing. While we humans might find it weird, many dogs, especially puppies, will show affection by biting. Not only that, but this wrestling helps them learn how to control their strength for when they meet other rival packs. And much like canines, packs are often made of siblings and family members, and maybe even their mates as well. Back to the story, these are all females, and not only that, but they're also siblings. This blood bond helps them get used to working together, and they must if they want to survive the winter. One of the herd members, an old male, gets separated from the rays of the herd, and that's exactly what the pack has been waiting for. They start to sneak up towards the now panicked old male Regulus, waiting for when the male pushes his luck. She strikes. Success. This carcass may feed the pack for the rest of the day. Eventually, once spring returns, the more the chance to succeed at hunting and maybe even find a mate. But for now, one animal's death is another animal's salvation. While winter seems like it'll last forever, things must end someday. Throughout the struggles of winter, the dinosaurs' struggles and efforts have finally paid off. Eventually, the snow finally stops, and winter finally ends and begins the glorious time of spring. And finally, the sun finally melts all the snow and shines the land, basking it in the rays of warmth. And then, many plants awaken again and burst back out of the ground, bringing back food for many dinosaurs. The torture and hardship of winter bring back the beautiful life that sustains more life. And eventually, all the other dinosaurs that migrated from the cold have started to return to enjoy the fruits of labor. Like this one, Euoplocephalus tutus, the safely protected, well-armored head, reaching about 17 to 23 feet long and weighing 2.2 tons. Its name was no lie. They had nasal passages that helped with efficient breathing and water retaining, and maybe had the slight side effect of giving a good sense of smell. They were primarily solitary, sticking to themselves most of the time, but they do occasionally bump into their own kind. However, just like your grumpy old neighbor, they prefer their own personal space. This one, in particular, is a younger male. He hasn't fully grown his white stripes. Despite his younger age, he's still old enough to fend off against carnivores like Albertosaurus. Once he's old enough, he'll go and search for a mate. But for now, he'll just prefer to be on his own. Meanwhile, in an open plains, a group of female pachyrhinosaurids are getting ready for the males to show up. Their name means thick-nosed lizard, which is named after the fact they have a hard nasal bump called a boss rather than the usual horns. They have chosen this as the mating grounds primarily because there's plenty of food around. And here come the males. They've traveled for miles to get to this spot. They letted the females head to the grounds first for the sake of protection. And now that everyone is here at the grounds, they can finally start mating. The male shows his thrill to the female, and at first sight, she accepts him as her mate. They soon head off to mate. Some have already finished mating and now are taking time to relax. The world of dinosaurs is a fascinating place, where dinosaurs can survive the cold and endure against the elements, and Alberta, Canada is one of the best examples of the ancient world.